right there. So what did they say, a mile long? And we'll be crossing into Tennessee. So y'all seen the pinnacle we were in Kentucky and Virginia. Now we're going to Tennessee. 3 states today. Look how lit up it is. It's cool. Really, really cool. Should be seeing a Tennessee sign maybe here in a minute. And we're going into, trying to speak up in case you can't hear me because of the wind, called Cumberland Gap, Tennessee. There we go.
Lions roaring in the morning sun, searching for a longer day. People feeling like the light has just come. We must never stop the way. Birds chirping and I hear my name. Grass is green and so alive. Life is happy but it's so insane. We must merely make a strive. Savannah, I'm coming home. Savannah, we'll never be alone. Savannah, the beauty of the world. Savannah, let's all take a whirl. Savannah, the lion's gone and come. The birds have just begun. Yeah, yeah. We will always take a stand for the people, for the land. Let's go back to when we were young. For the animals we stand. Let's go back to when trees were swung. Kids across the land. Savannah, I'm coming home. Savannah, we'll never be alone. Savannah, the beauty of the world. Savannah, let's all take a whirl.
Guarantee it's coming up now. Alright guys, so now we have brought you to Cumberland Gap, Tennessee. We're getting ready to take you through a little tour, walking tour through the little town here. It's a real pretty little town. I mean, it's basically, they call it the Gap for a reason.
Yeah.
You're just basically down in the mountain, down in the valley of the mountain. But, getting ready to get out and go show you this little town.
So come along.
Yeah.
So it's check it out.
Look at that little grocery store.
Yeah. Hill folk.
Hill Folk Herb Shop and Grocery. Appalachian art.
Yeah. Look at that sign.
That thing looks like it's been a few bullet holes in it.
Did people do that for some reason?
Probably back in the war, it's probably that old.
The old drugstore.
Pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, look on the inside of the old stuff. That's a milkshake maker right there, should. The silver one with that silver cup. The root beer thing. Oh, here, want a picture of the old Coke kid?
It's not on just wood.
Right?
I don't trust that wood.
Oh, that's all right. Whoa, wobbly.
Messing with my head again. You had your heart set on me, but these feels, they come and go, and they come so easily. Tell me what it is.
My name is Bill, and my wife Tammy and I bought this church 3 years ago, and it was fallen into the ground. And it took 11 months to restore the inside. We're still working on the outside. It'll never be done. And in the process of doing this, with some drama here, we found some things.
Oh my goodness.
So let's start with the Civil War bayonet that was found under the floor. 58 caliber, hand-carved Confederate bullet. Pieces of china, which we think may have been officers' things, and old tobacco tags. Now, this newspaper is really important because it was 100 years old last month. Now I'm going to show you what it looked like. So this is the first day we came to the church, and this area was covered with acoustic tiles and a cross and stuff like that. We pulled all that off. We found this newspaper from April 19th, 1924. Guess what was under the newspaper? Come with me.
Oh no.
That window.
Oh.
It was covered for 97 years.
Oh my
and
goodness.
the first light through it in nearly a century only happened about 2 years ago. And it was original to the church. So let me take you over here. We're an event center now, so we do weddings and
Oh, I got you.
community events. This piece of wood right here was an original floor joist. Most of them were rotted out. A lot of the church was fallen down when we got here. We saved a bunch. We sold them to a restaurant for a bar, but we kept a few. This was milled 134 years ago,
Goodness.
but the tree was over 200 years old when they cut it down. So it's over 300-year-old piece of
Oh, my
wood right
goodness.
here. And we just washed it with some soap and water and threw some poly on it and called it a day. Isn't that fun?
It is.
Cool.
Yeah.
Bookshelf.
So,
300 years old?
300-year-old
Yeah.
piece of wood.
yeah. We don't see those too often around.
Oh, no.
here. So in here, you can actually see the window real close. It used to be part of the ventilation system. You could open it up. Has a little latch on it and had spikes in the top and bottom, and it used to be something that people would open. And every day around 4 o'clock, we're blessed with the sunlight through it that makes all that pattern on the floor.
Oh,
We call it
that's-
our God light, of course.
Yeah,
What else
for
you gonna
sure.
call it?
Yeah.
So the church itself, all these windows are original, although most of this has been restored. We had to take each window out one at a time, build the frames back together, put the glass back in, and the ceiling and all that stuff got exposed. It had been covered as well. So we basically brought it back to sort of what it was. And we know it was white in here because we had the original lath and plaster right over here, and it was white when we got here, so nobody had painted it. So essentially, we now hold weddings and baby showers and community events and all sorts of stuff in here. So
Wow.
fun stuff. And it's the second oldest building in Cumberland Gap. Built in 1890. The house next door was built in 1891, and then there's a house down the street there that's probably 1870s. So
Is that the brown looking one?
with the spire,
Yeah.
yeah. So it's pretty old. I don't know the exact date on it, but somebody said it was even pre-Civil War. What was interesting here is as we had to take all the floor out and rebuild the perimeter, and we would be digging and we'd find fire pits from the Civil War.
Oh, cool.
So about every 8 feet, we'd find a new fire pit. And we have pictures of the camps that were here. They were just tent camps. The closer you were to the river, the more likely you were an officer. So we have the enlisted men out here, which is why we would just find stuff. We would find a fire pit and then we'd find stuff all around it.
Yeah.
But we left most of it buried for obvious reasons.
Yeah.
Leave that one right there. So anyway, that's about it.
Yeah, we'll appreciate it.
Nice meeting y'all. I'm glad you could join us. Here we go. Ready? The original bell. There
What
we
do you
go.
think about that?
Fun, eh?
Definitely coming off the mountain. It's ice cold. Can't take a horse or a bike. Shut, I'm glad you didn't bring your horse home.
I'm kind of cool. Unless you told me about that dog.
That's pretty cool. Not gonna sit and read it to them. Just take the video.
Oh, yeah.
Doug, look back behind it. Oh, you can see through. So right now we're about halfway through. Caroline and I are doing the Tri-State Peak hike. Total of 1.2 miles one way. She's doing an amazing job. Wanted to kind of give you an update what we were doing. I'm a little out of breath, but that's okay. So right now, just kind of showing you the walk, and then here in a few minutes, we'll be coming up on the actual gap of the mountain, and then we'll be almost to the Tri-State Peak, which is where we will be able to stand in 3 states at one time. So we'll be back with you when we get to that point. I don't know. Okay guys, we made it to the original historic Cumberland Gap. This is the original border between them was Kentucky, Virginia, or Kentucky and Tennessee, which was then North Carolina. Caroline and I are almost there. We got less than a mile, 0.6 miles to the peak. So we'll come back to you as soon as we get there. Okay, this is not the peak. I just wanted to kind of show you all. I think this is the actual marker of where the original border. This is Daniel Boone Trail.
What is that?
Where?
Look at
A butterfly.
thing.
This was from North Carolina to Kentucky. So this is the original gap marker, border marker. So we're heading on up. All right, guys, we made it. Caroline did amazing. Caroline, where are you at right now?
Tennessee.
Okay, where are you gonna go?
Virginia.
All right. Tell them hi from Virginia.
Hi from Virginia.
Now where are you gonna go?
Kentucky.
Oh, look at that view back there, guys. This was definitely worth the hike. Tell them hi from Kentucky.
Hi from Kentucky.
Guys, it was 1.2 miles up. Definitely up. But let me tell you, Caroline did great. The view is absolutely stunning. I'm telling you what, guys, Smoky Mountains has nothing on this place. And we were in 3 states at one time. So now I'm going to walk y'all through. I'm in Kentucky with you. Bluegrass State. Okay. Now we're going to walk around the circle here. And we're in Tennessee. And we're just going to walk right across here. And we are now in Virginia. Let me back up here a little bit to show y'all. You can see the markers on the ground. Kind of marks. The lighting's terrible right there. I'm going to take some pictures here in a minute. I'm telling you what, guys. I am so glad we did this. Yeah. So as you can see, it's mostly Kentucky. And the other half is kind of divided between Virginia and Tennessee. Oh, wait a minute. Here we go. Now's better. So right there in the, Caroline, can you go stand in the center? Right, no, right there in the middle. Right there at the arrow light. Come forward. Right there. So right now, Caroline is standing in the center. To her left is Kentucky. Behind her is Tennessee. And to her right is Virginia. All right, guys. I am so glad we did this. Caroline did absolutely amazing. I'm going to get off here, get some pictures so we can head back down the mountain. Have a great day, and thanks for joining us on our little hike.